Let me tell you the amazing story of John the Baptist, one of the most incredible people in the Bible. You know, sometimes great stories have interesting beginnings, and this one starts even before John was born. John's parents, Elizabeth and Zechariah, were older and had no children. But one day an angel appeared to Zechariah and told him they would have a special son. At first, Zechariah couldn't believe it. Who would? The angel was so serious about it that Zechariah couldn't speak until John was born. Can you imagine not being able to talk for 9 months? When John grew up, he wasn't like other people. He lived in the wilderness, wearing clothes made of camel's hair and eating locusts and wild honey. I know what you're thinking, locusts, yuck. But John wasn't concerned about fancy clothes or tasty food. He had a very important job to do. You see, John was like a special messenger from God. He went around telling everyone to prepare for someone even more amazing who was coming, Jesus. He would stand by the Jordan River teaching people about God and baptizing them in the water. That's why we call him John the Baptist. People came from all over to hear him speak, and he wasn't afraid to tell everyone, even important people, that they needed to be good and follow God's ways. The most special moment was when Jesus himself came to John to be baptized. When this happened, something incredible occurred. The sky opened up, and God's Spirit came down like a dove, and God's voice spoke from heaven. Can you imagine being there to see that? But not everyone liked John's messages, especially when he told them they were doing wrong things. King Herod and his wife, Herodias, really didn't like it when John said their marriage was wrong. The king got so angry that he put John in prison, and sadly that's where John's earthly story ended. But you know what? John's bravery and faith made him super important in Christianity. We remember John the Baptist on special feast days, his birthday on June 24th, and his martyrdom on August 29th. He's like a superhero of faith who wasn't afraid to stand up for what was right, even when it was really hard. The coolest thing about John? Jesus himself said there was no one greater than John who had ever lived. That's quite a compliment, isn't it? John showed us that sometimes doing the right thing isn't easy, but it's always worth it. He taught us to be brave, to tell the truth, and to point others toward Jesus, and that's why we still tell his story today. Remember, just like John prepared the way for Jesus, we can help others learn about God's love too. Maybe not by eating locusts, though. We'll leave that part to John. Hope you enjoyed watching.